Okay, so my name is Sarit Brava. I am the Australian representative for Masa Israel Journey, and I will be discussing one of our incredible flagship programs, which are our internships, and one of our most popular programs as well. So Masa Israel Journey is the #1 career accelerator in Israel with a global network consisting of thousands of companies and a wide range of opportunities for professional advancement. Masa internships are about standing out from the rest, unparalleled career advancing experiences, simply not available in Australia, across all fields and interests that will really set you apart and get you ahead. All fields and interests. So we have internships in high tech, architecture, business, finance, marketing, NGOs, government and policy, law, engineering, allied health, medicine, journalism, and that really is just to name a few. Some of our companies that we have interns at, we have HP, Teva, WeWork, Google, PayPal, IBM, Deloitte, Energia Global, which is Israel's top energy company, journalist internships at Jerusalem Post, Maccabi Tel Aviv, really incredible opportunities and incredible organizations and companies. And that really is just to name a few. So Masa internships are highly regarded, with Masa being an agency of the Prime Minister's Office of the Government of Israel. It has the connections, the reputation, and the influence to really provide internships of the highest quality. The Masa internship difference. So you are not applying with 500 other people for one internship. You are not, asked to do online psychological tests or social tests. You are not asked to do group interviews or anything like that. The process is simple, the process is easy, and it's made for you to get you ahead. The other Masa internship differences are that you're not going to be making coffee. You're going to be working in the business, on the business. A high percentage of our interns actually get employment afterwards and get full-time work at their companies that they interned at or at other companies in that industry in Israel. If you want to return home and come back and work in Australia, your CV with your internship experience is going to set you apart. You're going to have a CV that has an experience that is international, that is at a top company or organization that is really, really impressive. And that's what you're going to come home back to Australia with. The other Masa internship difference is that you're living abroad. You're living in Israel, in one of the best countries, in one of the best cities. You'll be able to enjoy the culture, the lifestyle, the beaches, the nightlife. It is a global company, so you'll be interning with people from all over the world, young adults from all over the world, interning in Israel, just like you, living with you in shared apartments. You'll get to experience Israel together as well. So not only are you advancing your career professionally, but you are also enjoying that new culture and lifestyle that you can't get here in Australia. Okay, so two types of Masa internships. So there are featured internships and there are also custom internships. So in terms of what featured internships are, essentially they are the internships that are currently on the market, have been curated by Masa, are on their website for you to find, for you to browse, and for you to start applying. So these are the internships that Masa have already approached these companies and found. So what we recommend you do is, there's a 4-step process. So what you do is you jump onto the Masa website, masaisrael.org, onto the Masa internship finder, and we'll be doing that together, navigating that a little bit later. Then you'll be browsing. You'll be browsing according to your industry or your field. Then you'll be shortlisting. So you'll be finding internships that are of interest to you. So 2 or 3 that are the most interest, and then you will be connecting with myself or Josh. So you'll be emailing us your shortlist of internships. And what we'll be doing is connecting you with a program provider. And I'll talk about program providers a little bit later on. But that's essentially the process. And we'll be going through all those steps as well. So first step, internship finder. So you'll be navigating that. You'll be on our website. and I'll be showing you how that works in a little bit. So that's our website. You'll be finding this, you'll be browsing. So you'll be browsing our website through interest area, through provider, through city. So you could choose a city, or through companies as well. And that's how you're going to find your shortlist. So you're going to, again, shortlist 2 or 3 internships that are of most interest to you. You're going to be emailing myself or Josh. Sorry if you don't know Josh. Josh is here with us. Yeah, hi Josh. And Josh is our Masa marketing and recruitment coordinator, and him and myself will connect you, which is the next step, with program providers, with internship providers, and I'll talk about them a little bit later. And that's when you will start your interview process or your application process. So what happens then is dependent on your internship provider. Generally speaking, sometimes it's an interview, sometimes it's just providing your CV, sometimes the company wants to interview. It really just depends on the specific internship and the program provider, which we'll talk about. So internship providers. So essentially Masa doesn't actually facilitate your internships as an organization, but it outsources it to program providers who are qualified, experienced tour providers who have been doing this for many, many years. What they do is they find and set you up with your internship. So they will be interviewing you themselves. They'll provide your accommodation, your insurance, unique tracks and benefits. They'll provide your Hebrew lessons. They'll provide your tours and trips around the country, provide your support and assistance throughout your internship experience. And they'll give you access to incredible cultural and social events as well. So they really are your support network and the program behind your internship. Some of the accommodations, so this is, I think, an apartment in Tel Aviv. Some are, you know, a little bit bigger than these, or you know, different layouts, or whatever the case may be, but generally they're all clean, spacious, lovely apartments, usually shared rooms, or sometimes you'll get your own room. But again, it's all about having also that social network and living with people who are doing internships just like you, from all over the world, and you're really getting that incredible international global network as well. So that's just a sneak peek at some of the accommodation. Some of our internship providers, some of them are Akira Israel, Top Israel Interns, J Internship, Destination Israel, and that really is just to name a few. And they are long-standing internship tour providers who have been doing this for many, many years, and will support you along the way. So I did mention that there were 2 types of internships. There were featured internships and there are custom internships. So custom internships are essentially internships that, you know, if you're looking for a featured internship on the Masa website and you can't find what you're looking for, or your industry is not there, or your field's not there, or there's not a company that you're really interested in, Masa can help you. So if you have a specific company in mind, so if there's a specific, you know, you've always admired this company and you've always wanted to work for them, and you feel like it would be an incredible career advancement opportunity for you, we can approach that company for you. So we can ask them, and 98% of the time they are more than happy and willing to take Masa interns. So we really have that reputation to approach companies, and they're really always willing to take Masa interns. If you want a tailor-made experience, or if you want to, you know, combine your internship with a volunteer experience or with a academic semester, or you want to do something a little bit different, but you also want to have an internship experience, we can do that for you as well. And there are program providers who can really tailor-make an Israeli experience for you with an internship component as well. So those are our custom internships. Feel free to email myself or Josh, give us a call, and we can walk you through building that for you and finding that right internship with that right company that is perfect for you. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take a few minutes and browse the internship website. So we're going to go to masaisrael.org, which is our website. We're going to go to, just going to make this a little bit larger, find a program up the top. So masaisrael.org, find a program, and we're going to go to intern. There we go. Okay. A bit slow today, but we're getting there. Okay, so it's going to start looking a little bit familiar. So there you go. So you're going to, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You're going to search. Oh, you can't see our internet. You can't see it. Okay. 1 second. Let's see if we can find it. Okay. Can you see it now, Josh? Great. Okay, so there you go. That looks a bit familiar. masaisrael.org. I'll just go back a little bit. masaisrael.org. You're going to go to find a program. You're going to go to intern up here. Now we can all see it, which is great. And then it's going to start looking familiar. Great. And then here we go. Find your internship in Israel. This is where you're going to navigate our featured internships, our curated internships that have been already found by Masa. These companies have already been approached, and these are internships that are ready to go. So you can browse through interest area or field, architecture, arts, graphic design, biotech, business and finance, computer science, culinary, you know, really all fields and interests. What we're going to do, for the sake of running out of time, but we're going to go quickly to business and finance. You can search through city, you can search through companies as well, but we're just going to have a look here. We've got some internships at Deloitte. Preenme, let's have a look what other internships we've got. So here we go. All the companies are going to come up. Might be a little bit small for you to see, but I think you get the gist of it. All of them are down here. So you're going to search, you're going to find, I think it just came up with all the internships, unfortunately, but let's have a, just got a bit confused there, but there we go. Okay, so the business internships. Here we go. So we're going to click on one. We're going to click on the Deloitte one. Okay, so it's going to tell you a little bit about Deloitte, about the company. Usually it would also say a little bit about the specific internship. This one, I guess, is just, it tells you up here, it's for an analyst. And that's the program provider there. So it's going to tell you who that is. We recommend probably not filling out this form, but actually emailing myself or Josh. You can't fill it out if you like as well. But if you email myself or Josh, the process will work a little bit quicker, and we'll be able to connect you with that program provider a little bit faster. So we recommend doing that shortlist. And then, like I discussed with the program providers, up here at the top, you can go to internships, and I'll zoom in a little bit. And over here, we've got compare our programs. And what this is going to give you is a list of all of our program providers. So it's going to give you Destination Israel, Career Israel. It's going to give you the price, the cost of that specific internship provider's internships. It's going to give you the length of their internships, the cities that they're in. So Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Haifa, their starting dates. So October and August, those are the different starting dates. A little bit about them as well, and their apartments and their accommodation, and sort of their point of difference as well. So that's a really, really good tool to navigate and have a look at. But again, we recommend you doing that. I'm just going to go back to the PowerPoint as well. I'm going to click out of that. Okay, I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so we've just browsed our internships. Now, what we're going to do is talk about the cost of our internship. So as you saw on that navigation tool, in terms of all our providers, they all vary. So the prices vary, depends on each program provider. The prices range from around $5,200 US to $8,500 US, depending on what city you're going to live in and what that provider provides for you. Cost includes accommodation for the whole 5 months, health insurance, support throughout, organized trips and tours, Hebrew lessons, access to cultural and social events, everything I've mentioned before as well. It does not include meals, spending money, flights, or travel insurance, but there is generous funding available as well, which we'll talk about quickly. There are two types of funding for our internships. There are universal grants. I talked a little bit about this in the first session, which if you missed, I'm going to go over this, but again, you can ask myself or Josh about the funding as well, and your eligibility for funding. So not everyone will be eligible for funding, and myself and Josh can let you know if you are eligible, but there are universal grants and there are means-tested scholarships. Universal grants, so if you're under the age of 22, sorry if I'm talking a little bit fast, but I think I might be running out of time. So if you're under the age of 22, your universal grant for a 5-month internship would be $1,500 US. So that will be taken off the cost of the program. So your program cost will get reduced by $1,500 US. If you're over 22 years of age, your universal grant will be $2,700 US, and that will be taken off the cost of your program. Means-tested scholarship. So if you need extra financial assistance, you can apply for up to $3,500 US, plus the universal grant on top of that as well. And that is based on your income, and you will have to provide some proof of income to prove to Masa that you are in need of extra funding. Summary, so generally, just to go over everything I discussed, our internships are generally 5 months in length. They're across all fields and interests. All of our programs include accommodation, insurance, Hebrew lessons, tours, cities. Most of them are in Haifa, Tel Aviv, or Jerusalem, so Israel's big cities. We recommend you browse on our website, shortlist, and then connect with myself or Josh. You can customize your own internship experience as well, your own Israel experience. Generally, the intakes are twice a year, January, February, August, and September. And of course, there is generous funding available. And please don't hesitate to reach out to us to talk about internships or the funding as well. Talk a little bit about one case study of one of our interns, Oliver Rose, 27 years old, from Melbourne. He did a high-tech internship at a startup called LifeBeam. He ended up getting a job with LifeBeam in Israel and worked there for an extra 6 months. And then he was asked to head up their New York office. So these are the kind of incredible opportunities and career advancing professional opportunities available to you for 2021 and beyond. So again, Internship Finder, browse, shortlist, and connect with us. Thank you.